note, Shehzad Poonawalla also joins us on the phone line here on the broadcast. Shehzad, what do you make of this law and order situation also getting out of hand right now on the ground, where BJP workers had been lathi charged upon by the Rajasthan police? And really, what are the demands that are being tabled by the BJP with respect to the Karauli violence investigation?
This is the Aurangzebi mindset of the Congress party and Ashok Gehlot's government. On the one hand, they allow the Karauli anti-Hindu violence to take place. They do not give justice to the Hindus. Matloob Ahmed, the main accused, is still missing. And when our leaders, Tejasvi Surya, Satish Pooniaji and others, go to demand justice, they want to go and meet the victims. Then instead of allowing them to meet the victims, today they are lathi charging these leaders. Are these leaders a threat to society? But PFI is allowed to do a free march in Rajasthan in the name of hijab and other issues. PFI is given a free pass. But nationalists who want to go and meet the victims who are Hindus, and you know there are stories of exodus of Hindus from Karauli because of the manner in which these anti-Hindu violence was carried out and orchestrated. The police is on camera not taking action on the dangais. We have got evidence about how there was complicity of the state machinery in this violence against Hindus. But instead of taking action on the perpetrators and giving justice to the victims, here those who are going to stand with the victims are being penalized, are being beaten up, are being detained. And PFI has a clean pass to go around doing anything they want in the state. This is the Aurangzebi Mughlai mindset of the Congress party and Ashok Gehlot. Time and again they stand with the rioters. Digvijay Singh stands with the rioters in Khargone. He tweets fake pictures. But here in Rajasthan, they stand with the other set of rioters and they do not allow those who are taking up the cause of justice.
Well, Shehzad, we have seen that BJP had been demanding a fair investigation in this entire matter from the very beginning. And now it seems that there is also a Congress corporator who had been involved, and we have those visuals as well, viewers. Shehzad, so what do you make of this premeditated conspiracy that is being claimed by the BJP, stating that there were stones being collected on the night before?
Look, the PFI had given a warning letter on 1st of April. They were not acted against. Secondly, how
Shehzad, sorry to cut you off. We also have Waris Pathan who's joining us on the broadcast. Shehzad, stay on with us. Waris Pathan, to you now. We are seeing the kind of law and order situation there near Karauli. The BJP is leading the yatra, stating that the Congress government has not been able to give justice to the people who had been suffering in the Karauli violence.
Well, whether the government in Rajasthan, Karnataka, or whatever we are seeing in the country's different states where this kind of violence is taking place, have totally failed in maintaining the law and order situation in the respective states. Whether Rajasthan, Karnataka, wherever, Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, wherever we have seen this. When you give a permission for a procession, it is the duty of the state, the police machinery, to ensure that the procession goes peacefully. But here what we see is the procession is passing through mosques where Kurbanikering is done against the Muslims. Songs are being played that Mulle, Dadi, Topi Wale, Ek Din Jai Shri Ram ke naare lagayenge. Flags have been unruffled on the top of the minaret. They go to the mosque, hit the imam. What is this happening in the country? Who is responsible for this? And on top of it, without following the due process of law, in Madhya Pradesh what we saw was the bulldozer being run over the houses of Muslims. Maximum Muslims' homes were demolished by the bulldozer. So whose responsibility was there to take care of? Government, state governments. And who is responsible? Modi. Modi is silent. Amit Shah is silent. Nobody is speaking a word. Nobody is condemning it. No tweet from Modi or Amit Shah condemning the violence which is going on in our country since last almost 48 hours. Who is responsible? Let responsibility be spread on that. And on top of it, the BJP takes out now the yatra in Karauli. Why they want to spoil the condition of the state and the country? They're just spoiling the peaceful atmosphere. It was not peaceful, but they want to disturb. This is the BJP's agenda to divert the mind of the nation from the basic issues which the people are asking them on petrol, diesel and gas. Now they've shifted the mind of the nation to this violence.
Well, Waris Pathan, that's a very strong claim, and Shehzad Poonawalla is still with us. Shehzad, I'd like you to take that question that is being made, done across by Waris Pathan. He's stating that the BJP is trying to, also disturb the law and order situation, trying to eyewash the people, in fact, with the fuel hike prices as well. What do you have to say about this statement?
Those whose politics has been about removing the police for 15 minutes and who do 85 versus 15 ka bhasha are coming and lecturing us. First of all, why are they giving cover fire to the Congress party? And today, when there have been series of attacks on Hindus in Ram Navami processions across the country, the leader of AIMIM, Assaduddin Owaisi, wants to invoke Geneva Convention, which is a convention that is signed between two countries during a period of war. But he has not a word to offer about the attack on innocent Hindus in Karauli. He has not a word to say on the attack on innocent Hindus in Jharkhand, on the attack on innocent Hindus in Bengal. And if BJP raises the voice for them, then Congress party, which should be in the dock, the cover fire is given by AIMIM, because all of them are the practitioners of vote bank politics. Please ask Mr. Assaduddin Owaisi and his members, if he is a leader elected to parliament and swears by the constitution, why has he not said a word about the Matloob Ahmed who's been absconding for the last 10 days in Rajasthan? Why has he not said a word about the PFI which was involved in this violence? Why has he not said a word about how the Rajasthan police was complicit in allowing the danga to take place, for the stones and sticks to be gathered on top of a particular community's religious place? Why are all these things being done, and why is not a word being said by Assaduddin Owaisi? And instead he comes and defends the Congress, and this is because both the Congress and MIM, both have Hindu hatred, both speak the same language, and therefore today you are seeing cover fire being given by them. But if
Varis
they want
Pathan,
to
is
ask,
that what it is? Is it cover fire as being alleged by Shehzad Poonawalla?
So these are lies cannot spread by this BJP and its stooges. We don't bother about them. We say whether Rajasthan or whether Madhya Pradesh, the law and order situation is worse. And who is in Rajasthan? Congress government. Who is in Madhya Pradesh? BJP government. Now will they impose president rule in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh? When Bengal was burning, when violence took place there, they said we will impose the president rule. Well, what is Amit Shah doing now? Is he not the home minister of the country? Why is he silent? What is Modi doing now? Why Modi is silent? Why no tweet? Why no condemnation of the violence which is going on in the country since last more than 72 hours? Why no condemnation from Modi or Amit Shah? They don't want this to stop. They want this to go on in this systematic pattern which is going on in the country, madam. Let us see. First they started with the hijab controversy. Then they came for the loudspeaker. Then they came for halal meat. Now the bulldozer. Now this violence. So who took out the procession? The Ram Navami procession was taken out by the Hindu brothers since several years. It has been going on since several years. It was not the first time that the procession was taken out. But here, systematically, they stop outside a mosque, do provocation, provocative slogans are raised, and then violence takes place. Police is just watching. We have seen visuals of mosques being burnt. We have seen visuals of dargah being discriminated, being burnt. So why is the police is silent, and what the state government is doing? And not only that, poor Muslims' homes are being bulldozed every day. Under what provision of law, may I ask the BJP spokesperson, under what provision of law is the Madhya Pradesh
Varis Pathan, hold those thoughts. Stay on with us. We are getting some more dramatic visuals from the